Okay, time for a quick little status update. We'll just start with this mess right here. I dropped the, I guess this would be the evaporator, down with the floor fans attached. Pop the cover off, and here is, as I expected, the primary location for nasty mice. But otherwise, there was still a lot of mice elsewhere. Back there behind the little cover panel, all in the gear shift access panel. A lot of the wires back there have been chewed, but none of them are actually cut. So I'm just gonna like sort those out a little bit. Pulled a lot of the ducting down underneath the dash, and everything actually looks pretty good in there. I might see if I can remove the ducting all the way just to make sure there's no more mice debris. The floor area is surprisingly better shape than I expected. Obviously the driver's side is pretty much toast. But the passenger side floors are all very solid, except for just this one little hole right in the corner here. Just a very small area, but obviously the whole thing will probably end up getting replaced if I ever get that far. Otherwise, everything else is pretty simple to work on in here and in good shape. So I'm gonna go ahead and just tidy things up a little bit here, get this cleaned up, and probably just put back on temporarily. Heck, I might leave it on if it ends up that it actually works. Have air conditioning in here, that'd be pretty sweet. And then I'll move back, and I know there's some more mice debris in the rear area, and then move there next. Let's get to it. Okay, the battery died, and I got it on the camera. Here's just a quick roundup of what's going on. I ended up just pretty much removing most of the interior panels, and just caked with insulation and mouse debris. Got all that cleaned up nicely, exposed everything. I was able to check some of the wiring and the taillights. I did pull off the wood temporarily, and I just hosed everything off and cleaned it real good underneath there and put it back on, got the battery put in. Same on this side, and as well as all the interior bits were just all full of mouse debris. So I got that cleaned up pretty nice. It's just gonna sit there for a while until I can get this floor pan replaced with a new metal sheet. The inside's all pretty well cleaned up. I did go ahead and remove the evaporator for the air conditioner. It turns out the previous owner had removed the compressor and the condenser already, so I went ahead and just pulled that out, pulled the air box out that went with that, and cleaned that up. I pulled all the scat hoses out underneath that went to the front vents, and I removed and cleaned with soap and replaced the defrost vents, because that actually still works pretty well, and it's pretty important when I'm driving. One of my kids actually had a pretty brilliant idea, I thought, and was to use Flex Seal for some of the holes on the floor as a temporary solution. And I happen to have a roll of Flex Seal tape, and it's surprisingly worked pretty well. I did some on that corner on the passenger side and a couple holes here on the driver's side as another temporary solution until I can get these floor pans replaced. So mouse infestation is cleaned for now. Most of the interior is removed, and it's pretty bare. It doesn't really bother me a whole lot, and it doesn't smell nearly as bad anymore. One place that I haven't been able to access is the blower motor housing is actually underneath this panel up under here. And to get to that, you have to remove the entire front hood cover, and it's kind of in this air box up in here. And I believe there is still some mouse residue in there, which occasionally smells when the blower motor is turned on. So that might be for another day. I might live with it for now And that is mouse infestation clean.